Thank you for having me be a part of this competition. I'm super excited. I'm Ashli Smart. I am the founder and owner of Girls University. And my key question for today is, what's your daughter or cousin or maybe your little sister, what is she doing after school? So I have this key question and I want you guys to take a look at this for a second.
After the first week. They are awesome. They have after school programs, workshops that are amazing, and they really help the girls with their homework. It's not just an after school program, it is just an awesome activity 6 days a week. Imagine coming anywhere else, and I love the workers.
I believe that it is imperative for girls to be around other girls and encourage each other. Studies show that statistically speaking, girls do better in an environment where we are together and can support each other and lift each other up. What I like about Girls University is that the staff is very welcoming. They are very loving. When the time walks in the door, just felt welcomed, felt that, it was a safe place for the girls to be.
All right, so that's Girls University. Welcome to Girls University. As an overview of Girls University, it was founded in 2016 by myself, and my passion and my career path has been STEM. I am a technologist, and that is what I do. I've coded, I've done all these things, but one of the things that is key in today's society is that there aren't very many Black females or minorities, whether that's all the different types of races and backgrounds, but then women in general focused in this space. So if we look at the facts, and as far as girls learning, 91% of girls or Americans, people feel that it's important for girls to be able to learn outside of school. And you're able to learn outside of school and get these 21st century learning activities. So problem solving, critical thinking, real world problems, and help them develop with the workforce. Now,
working school.
You may be wondering why an after school program and why is it all focused on all girls? So what we believe is that it's important for girls to be in this space to better prepare them. Self-belief plus effort equals confidence, right? So only 4% of women are CEOs right now in all of the S&P 500 companies. So we want to help with getting girls more confident and prepare them for their futures. Again, we are STEM focused, so science, technology, engineering, and then we do throw in the arts and math as well. But in today's workforce, only 14% of women are engineers, 25% are technology professionals, and then also those are 10% in the aerospace and engineering. Now, if we start breaking down the numbers, we're looking at only 5.3% are Asian as well. So what do we provide? What are we able to do? We have an after school program, and that's a weekly tuition that parents pay. We also provide camps, workshops, tutoring, which is our highest margin activity for parents. We also are able to provide parties and other activities as well. Since we've been in COVID-19, we've had to shift our plans, and we've turned into more of an online virtual, but we do still run small programs with the girls on site, which I'm in Girls University right now in our Florence location. Right now, we've got 50 girls that have been or participated in the last year in our program. We've got 9 partners. We work a lot with schools as well. So we've worked with a lot of different collaborators along the way, and this is Girls University.
Thank you, Ashley. That was great. Wonderful, wonderful presentation, and everyone in the comments was loving it. Judges, let's get into some questions for Ashley.
Hey, it's Shyla. So great presentation, and anything that deals with girls and young women, I'm definitely a fan of, and so appreciate Girls University. The issue that I have, I mean, I understand you went virtual. As soon as you started talking, I mean, I got, a great presentation, but I thought you were still face to face, just based on the videos. And I mean, I know we were in an isolating moment, so. Right. I want to, from an investor standpoint, I want to know early on that you pivot, right? And these kids are not meeting face to face now that you guys have solved this by going online. And what does that programming look like right now? How many girls are sort of engaged with pivot? Do you keep the same sort of audience, or did some drop off because of the online piece? So that's the kind of story I want to hear. And in your story, tighten it up a bit. Of course, you went over time, and I know you had way more to go through. And so the beginning could just be a little bit shorter, and then mainly focusing on where you are now and how you sort of want to grow that in this virtual environment. Right. Because as a parent, me seeing kids, all kind of gathered together right now makes me a little afraid, but I want to see where you are now and where you are going to go after COVID, post-COVID. Right.
Yep, so we are still meeting on site. We meet in small groups. That's one of the best things that we can provide for parents, is a small group atmosphere. We follow all of the COVID-19 guidelines. Everybody wears a mask. There's only employees and girls in the space. We are cleaning all of the time. And so girls have their own supplies and everything here in the space. So we're not a YMCA, we're not a Boys and Girls Club where they've got hundreds of kids. We are a small niche-based program that's specific for specific girls.
Sure. And since you guys have been meeting, you get some images of those girls in masks. I think that's an even more powerful story to tell, right? That even in this sort of pandemic, you found a way around it to be able to still engage these young girls in programs. Yeah. I think that's a powerful story.
Hi, thank you. Hi, Ashley. This is Ariel. One of the things as a...
Hey, Ariel, sorry, the questions are just for the judges.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
You're good. No worries. Michael, I think you were going to ask a question.
Yeah, I just had a quick question on how did you develop the curriculum?
So our curriculum is things that I've come across in my career and things that I feel that are important and geared towards girls. But we also do consume content from other places as well. So whether we're looking on the internet, we have a number of different websites that we gain content from as well. But we do have some in-house things that we've developed that are specific programs that I have developed myself.
Ashley, again, congrats on what you've built so far, and congrats on pivoting during the pandemic. Since you've been pushed to pivot during the pandemic, curious to know what you've learned over the past couple of months that you could apply to the business moving forward to potentially scale, whether that's new areas geographically to be in, or reaching more people virtually. How are you taking what you've learned from this pandemic pivot, and how would you apply that to scale the offering that you have so far? Because as an investor, I'm looking for an opportunity that has some scalability.
Right, exactly. So we've done a lot in the online space. However, our parents in our market do not really enjoy the online space, to be honest. They still want that in person. A lot of parents are still working. So they're not at home, they're going back to the office. So that's where our program is pretty key, because we do provide that need for those working parents. Now, as far as us expanding and becoming more, I would love to see Girls University in more rural locations, and I'd love to enter a bigger market. So I'm in Florence, South Carolina. I'd love to enter into Charlotte. I'd love to see us go into Raleigh, where I know there are more girls that would be able to take advantage of our offerings. And coupled with that, I would have really liked to engage the schools more. We've had a number of different partnerships over the years with the schools locally, but I'd love to be able to expand that regionally and also nationally as well. So I'm looking for my brand and my organization to be able to engage as many girls across the United States and maybe the world one day.
Great presentation. My question for you is, if you were to, win the prize tonight, what would you use the money for?
I would use the money to provide opportunities for my parents right now who are not who are not working, and they've been supporting our program and attending our camps, and they're not able to right now. That would give me the opportunity to provide for their girls to come and participate in what we're doing. And that also will help with bills, because we have been closed since March, and we opened back up just a month ago or so.
You've talked a bit about your market. I was wondering if you could go a bit deeper into that. What is kind of the income bracket? What is the exact profile of the girls and the families you target? Because obviously there's a lot of different types of after school programs. There's a lot of different types of parents. How do you think about who exactly you're targeting?
So our target market is really working parents. And so that's going to be maybe between the ages of maybe 24 and then even and up. And then if you look at the grandparents, because a lot of grandparents are also providing support for their grandchildren, their granddaughters. So we do have a lot of grandparents who participate in our program. But as far outside of that, it's really working parents and those parents who want their daughters to have a little bit more in the after school environment. It's very structured here, and we're able to provide girls with a space to become more, do more, and just explore anything that they would like to become.
All right. I think that's all the questions.